Hi everyone, welcome to NIBM Global Webinar. So today we are going to deal with another important topic, that is use of cloud in data management in HR. So in this topic we are going to deal with the most important uses of the cloud service platform in managing data in HR. So when it comes to the cloud use of the cloud platform, we know that cloud is a very important platform where we could save or store ample number of records or data information into a particular folder or file, and make sure that it is being stored in that particular platform for a considerable period of time, and we will be not only be able to access it from one particular device, but we will be able to access it from multiple platforms as well, or multiple devices as well. So mainly the IT companies, they are expanding in the current scenario, and they are giving much more importance to the use of cloud, because considering into fact that there is a rise in the number of data which the company is finding difficult to store in their personal database. Since the HR files and the data are being increasing day by day, there is a need to store this into a cloud platform where considerable amount of space will not be taken, and they will be able to store it for future use as well. And they would also be able to make necessary changes into these files from any by gaining an access to any device, so be it from the laptop or be it from the mobile phone. So we can access this cloud platform using our account information from any of the devices, and we could make changes to the files or folders as we require, or we could save or delete some files which is not required, or things like that. So we could actually manage these records from any device that we require, as compared to the other case where we used to have a personal database where we store these files and all, and we would be able to access this particular files or folders from one particular device, and it would not give us wide accessibility to reach out to these files or folders from other devices. So this is the major advantage of cloud, where we could access these things from multiple devices. So the HR field recognizes that large data needs to be inputted into this system. So in order to update or upload these kind of large data into the system, cloud has been proven to be a much more simpler task, as it requires a much less time as compared to the other devices and other things like that. So it gives rise to a series of devices through which we can connect to this cloud service platform. And when it comes to HR aspect, this is mainly being used in dealing with employees database. So when we have a large set of employee database, it needs to be managed to make sure that there will not be a shuffle in the kind of records. So in order to make sure that they are being stored in a significantly in a particular folder, and in order to make sure that we have to make any changes or something like that, if it is being stored in a cloud platform, we could easily access it and make any changes or whatever that needs to be made as and when it is required. So it is so employee database management is one important aspect or advantage when it comes to dealing with storing files in the cloud. And another important aspect is a payroll management. So this cloud service is also used in managing the payroll when it comes to human resource. And another important benefit or advantage of using the cloud service is in the recruitment aspect of HR, where we will be able to store ample number of resumes. We would be able to create a resume database in this cloud platform, in which we would be able to add profiles day by day on a periodic basis. And if we create a resume database folder, we will be able to add number of profiles day by day, and we would be able to generate maximum number of profiles into that particular folder. So once we have that particular database where there is a particular skill of employees which has been added to that particular folder, we could even if it is not required for a particular requirement, or in the future when a particular requirement or a vacancy opens up within the company, we could be able to access these kind of folders and check whether we could use any, or where we could use these or retain these files and use the information of the profiles to make sure that these employees are available in the market, reach out to them and make sure that they're coming, they are coming to they're interested in that kind of a vacancy within the company or not. So in order to manage these files, or in order to store the quality kind of resumes or profiles, the cloud service is being used nowadays. And most importantly, for example, we can take the use of like application like Dropbox. Dropbox is an application which is being used recently in order to store the data or records into the cloud, where we could retain this information when it comes to recruitment aspect, where we in the recruitment field, normally companies would store a large data of profiles into their own folders of folders, and they would be able to retain this information as and when a particular requirement opens up. And this data management is also required when it comes to handling the benefit management in employees, in which making sure that an employee covers certain benefits which is being promised to them according to the company policy and things like that. And next important thing is the attendance management. So in order to maintain the attendance sheet and make sure that the employees to make sure that the employees are in the working attending the office in the working hours, and to record the time and everything like that, there is a use of cloud platform which is being used by companies these days to keep in check that the employees are working on that particular time period, and make sure that their entry time and the leaving time are being registered on a periodic basis or a daily basis actually. And when it comes to calculating the overall payroll management and things like that, this attendance management sheet is being accounted for. So now we could see that here not just one important aspect, but we could use a multiple management aspect when it comes to data management in HR by the use of cloud service. So other important thing is the meeting the requirements within a store talented pool. So once we have a particular cloud platform where we have saved more number of resumes according to the kind of requirement that we have, or according to the section of requirements that we have, we would be able to create a talent pool of our own without having to get into the job portals and search for crucial resumes with critical or niche skill sets and all. So once we have that kind of an internal talent pool, or a talent pool employees who are stored in our database, we will be able to directly reach out to them rather than spending considerable amount of time searching for them in the market. And other important thing is it would also help us in maintaining an internal mobility within the company, where we would be able to maintain quality number of employees within the company, where we will not have to reach out to the external market in order to find the right kind of a candidate for a kind of a job requirement that we have with us. So once we have the kind of resources within our own company, we would be able to maintain an internal mobility system where things would be happening much faster than expected. And we could take even the example of Oracle these days, and like Oracle has developed a talent management pool or a talent management cloud service platform of their own, and it is even being adopted by other companies as well in order to manage their own talent management pool. So from this we could clearly identify the fact that when it comes to use of the cloud in data management, in the core HR aspect, it not only covers just the recruitment criteria, it also covers the employee engagement activities, the employee benefit activities, the payroll management, the assessment management, and even small things associated with dealing with employee redressal aspects as well. So it would be able to cover the all aspects of the HR when we will be able to store these kind of data in a cloud service and make use of these data without having to go through a strenuous activity by storing them in a personal database where the use of it is very limited. Thank you.